Hello. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are here for the discussion on the future forward navigating the next frontier of AI and data and digital trust. So as you all know, this AI is the thing that everybody is working on. Each and every company is working on AI. But there are certain things that people have to understand what is AI and what is agentic AI. So there is a difference between AI and agentic AI that need to be taken care when you are thinking about the future perspective. So AI, usually people are telling that AI is going to replace the human or people. So, but that is not correct. Yes, agentic AI will do that. It's a small difference, like agentic AI is a brain and agentic AI is a brain plus interactive and a hand, which will do the job. So let's focus on this future and let me have a look into. So navigating the next frontier of AI and data and digital trust. So let me start with Gaurav. Gaurav, can you tell me about yourself, what you're doing on AI and everything? So can you just introduce yourself?
Sure. So, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure being here again. So I have been for my sins in AI for a long time now. Currently, I run AI-enabled business for JLL in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Moved here 6 months ago from the UK. So as part of my business, I am responsible for helping clients develop the new AI data centers, but also use AI to streamline how they build data centers, how they operate data centers, and also other real estate assets. Prior to that, I was working, I had an AI startup in the Silicon Valley. It was an AI testing software startup. Sold it, made an exit, and then came over to the kingdom.
Perfect. Shanvaz?
Yeah, I have started, I am also having 23 years of experience.
A bit loud.
Sorry, can you hear now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we developed all these systems in-house right now, okay, for all the logistics related systems. And we started on looking at the AI last year. And we are currently discussing which problems we need to solve, right? So we're currently working on those things, and then we shortlisted a few of the initiatives which need to adopt. So yeah, this year we have plans to have some of the models developed, which will be help in our logistics industry.
Perfect. So Gaurav, I just want to know, how is the convergence of AI, data, and digital trust reshaping enterprise strategy and competitive advantage over the next decade?
I think if AI is going to influence every aspect of the business strategy. I don't think it's an IT project. We should look at it as a capital allocation exercise. Just as you allocate capital for different business initiatives, you allocate it for AI to see how AI can help you achieve your business objectives, be it revenue growth, be it deriving more capital efficiency in CapEx or OpEx, or be it that you're trying to enhance your business processes and make them more operationally efficient and be more cost effective. And all of this requires strong data, because without data, AI is going to struggle to give you the right outcomes. So if AI is, you could say, to your example, you said, the brain and the arms and legs, combination of Gen AI, agentic AI, the data is effectively the backbone, the spine that is required to make sure that well-informed decisions can be made, well-informed processes can be executed. So I think they are intertwined, and they need to be, these projects need to be sponsored right from the CEO level, because they have such a fundamental impact on how businesses can be reimagined, how businesses can be developed.
Perfect. So you are right. The data is very important for either AI or agentic AI. And usually data is developed during the course of time. And moving on to Shanavas, so what fundamental shifts must organization make to move from experimental AI use cases to AI-driven operating models at scale?
What I see is most of the organizations stuck at AI pilots, right? Rather than really looking at what they need to go in forward. Basically, they need to adopt they need to have AI has to be implemented into their everyday activities with support of, as you said, shared data and with custom platforms as well as with accountability. Without accountability, the data, you cannot rely on it, what outputs it gives, right? And the organization has to work on a real shift, fundamental shifts, not only on the tech capabilities or upgrading the tech capabilities. Rather, they need to check, they really need to have the deep changes, how they work, and how decide or designs they make, and also to have the trust on the systems. If you don't have a trust on the systems or your data, whatever you develop is have a big question mark, like can I trust it, right? And also you need to think in the organization, AI, you need to take it as a core infrastructure altogether, not just like a small project I will do. I'll just, for namesake, I'll have it something available so that I can show it to my management or whatever it is. So they have to think what kind of infrastructure they need to have this AI developed, right? And also they need to initiate, during the starting itself, they need to work on or the invest on data quality and with clear definition of with accountability and ownership on the data. From the beginning itself, you need to involve your business stakeholders, the business heads, right? And the team and the operational team, and also legal as well as the risk management team to define the journey.
Perfect. Yeah, so AI is very much important. Usually, some companies, what they do is, with all due respect, they enable this robotic process automation, and on top of that, they do certain changes. And people think that this is a kind of AI, but this is different because RPA is going on since very long before the AI has come up. So let's move on to the benefit. So, Gaurav, beyond productivity gains, what long-term business and social value can organize unlock through trusted and responsible AI adoption?
A great question. I'll give you an example. When I was running my startup, we were looking at how AI could improve the efficiency of a sales and marketing function. And that was basically looking at how AI can accelerate us converting leads into real wins. And because we were, for example, from our marketing, we were getting no qualified leads. So we used a Gen AI solution. Initial focus was it will help us scale because we can produce double the marketing content without doubling our workforce. But the real change which we saw over an 18-month period was when suddenly 40% of our qualified leads started coming from the enriched content that we were developing. So the impact, the reason I give an example was that the impact was not just, yeah, we saved a few headcount because we were doing sales and marketing in an efficient manner, but the real impact was we started seeing qualified leads getting converted into wins, and that helped us achieve our revenue growth targets. So it was fundamental to us growing the business and not just productivity. There was productivity gains. The productivity gains paid for the license fees. But the real value was the growth that it enabled us to achieve.
Perfect. So another benefit, I think, Shanavaz, you can provide us, like how can strong data foundation and digital trust framework accelerate innovation rather than slow it down?
Yeah, the good data and digital trust frameworks, right? If you have really developed those, will help your teams to adopt the AIs very faster. Because teams will with good trusted data and defined rules, right? They will spend less time if any issues occurs or look for any approvals for kind of any data aggregate, right? If you want to expose some data, you need to go for approvals. But if you have defined proper frameworks, those kind of approvals, they don't need to wait for that. And instead, they can spend their most of the times in new innovations and new developments, and it will help them to scale up, right? If you have a proper defined digital trust framework, right? So this will help your team to innovate new things without any boundaries. Because everything is defined, everything is clear for them, what they need to do and what is the boundaries they have. And also it will help the people to adopt it because of it transparency, what it defines. And also gives, you can rely on the results, what it gives. Because everything is defined. If you want to search what is the framework, what is the rules and regulations, which has been implemented on your AI implementation, the people can go and see there, right? As we are discussing some time back, you said if you have these policies defined, stored somewhere, the people can go and check what kind of limitations they have. So this will give you many opportunities for the team to explore and innovate and evolve.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree to what Shanvaz said, and just to give an example, we didn't have the data and digital trust framework properly built. So one of the important things in generating qualified pipeline is making sure you understand which customers you're targeting and effectively understanding who are the decision makers with those customers. So one of the fundamental things we did before we could use Gen AI was to sort that out. So for example, we were targeting 3 industries, banking, financial services, telco, and digital natives. So the first exercise was clean up the data. We had 20,000 odd records, but the quality was less than 1% because we didn't have the relevant data there. So we could not trust. We didn't have a digital trust framework. We couldn't trust that even if we put a Gen AI solution on top, because our data is so rubbish, it will just send the wrong messages to the wrong people. So we had to do that cleaning up. And once that was done, then the AI started giving us the right results.
Yeah, you're right. So usually what's going on, if there is a recent MIT report where they are saying 95% of companies are not getting the ROI from the AI. So the strategy is very much important. What you're going to do, what you're going to develop. It's not like you put a lot of money on AI and then your output is just 5% or 10%. So it should be, if you have to take maximum output from the AI, this is the most important thing. Moving on to, this is a good question for you because you are from logistic. So for organization just entering in the AI and advanced analytics journey, what are the most critical early decisions that determine long-term success?
Can you repeat the question, please? I just missed
Okay,
it.
so for organization just entering the AI and advanced analytic journey, what are the most critical early decisions that determine long-term success?
Yeah, as I said, the companies should not start to adopt the AI directly, right? Most of the companies, what they do a mistake is that they look for the technology, what they need to adopt immediately. So rather, they need to check what kind of business problems they're going to solve. And based on that, they can see that once they identify the problem they need to solve in their industry. Based on that, they can check what is the ROI out of they're going to get, right? This is one of the things. And then other than that, they need to see the data quality. They have to invest in the data quality part. Better the data and then better the results, better the output. And even the teams can justify the outcomes, what is coming out of the AI. It is justifiable to the users as well. And also they need to have these KPI metrics to define the business goals rather than checking the model's performance or model accuracy. Yeah, you can have these algorithms developed and then the accuracy is coming. But if you don't define the business outcome, what is expected in the business requested, right? Then this is useless. So you need to have these business KPIs defined and monitored day to day. And as I said earlier, you need to involve your major core people to define, design the AI and what kind of solutions you need to bring it up.
Yeah, you're right. So the most important thing is the data quality. And it is not coming on first day. It's a long journey. So you have to improvise your data day by day and then come back with a proper output. So in first day, AI will not give you the proper output, yes, but in a long term, if you have a strategy is right, then yes, you will get the correct output. So moving on to Gaurav, looking ahead, which emerging AI or data technologies have the greatest potential to redefine digital trust and enterprise resilience?
That's a very interesting question because, as you know, what happened last week in the stock market, and I'm not saying that you should always be driven by what's happened in the stock market, but when Anthropic and Cloud issued a new release, it suddenly wiped off $500 billion worth of market capitalization of a lot of software companies. So I think that is just an example, and perhaps it was an overreaction in the market, but stock markets do tend to overreact. But it is an indication of the trend, which I want to sort of highlight whilst I'm answering your question. And for me, the technology which will have the greatest impact will be the ones that sort of have this kind of a profound impact, because what the releases of Cloud or Anthropic are basically indicating is that a lot of the work for which you previously needed software can actually be done in a much more smarter way. It doesn't mean that that's the end of SaaS. I think there will be areas where SaaS is needed, but SaaS, which is not augmented by agentic AI, for example, I think that is going to have a tough time in the market. So I think it's going to be these sort of technologies which can, fundamentally, it's about, solving a business problem or a pain. And when you have a release of something which can help you, for example, look through legal case documents, find the right responses you need to give for a contract or an NDA, that is really saving a lot of hours. So if the business impact of a technology is high, then it's going to be the most disruptive.
Perfect. So nowadays there are the problem that is going on with the on-premises infrastructure. So there are a lot of government companies and those who are coming on summer regulation, they are on-premise. So just a generalized question, like do you think that there is, with those companies, the AI is a challenge if there is an on-premise, because AI is always coordinating with the cloud computing?
Yeah, it is a challenge only because it's affect your how much your cost is. It's because it will increase your cost drastically, and also down the line as digital nowadays, if you see, you have new chips coming in every other day, and the technology is going into nanotechnology, right? So the hardware is what you have, it will be expired maybe in another 2 years, right? So it will increase your cost and maintenance, everything is very high. This is what I see, like if you have an on-premises. And also your security will increase, where you need to make sure that no one has the data access easily. So all those things will be big challenges if you have on-premises.
Perfect. On this fireside chat, if there is anybody is having any question on this, please feel free to ask anything. Anybody? So I think that will be all, and we have to close this session. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.